Hello. I was wondering if this is Autumn's number? I'm Jesus's little sister, Anita.
Sorry, Anita?
Yes, is this Autumn?
Well, yes, but how did you get a hold of my number?
I got it from the manager of the bar that you used to work at. I apologize if it made you uncomfortable. That I got your number and contacted you without your permission. But I was worried about you and Carmen since you both disappeared so suddenly. I have been trying to get a hold of you guys for a while.
Even though we haven't seen or been in contact with each other for 5 years?
Yeah, it's been so long that I was sure I'd never get to see you guys again. But a friend of mine told me that they spotted someone who looked like you at a bar. I couldn't get my mind off of it, so I went to the bar you used to work at to ask.
I can't believe they just gave out my personal information like that. Thank God, I quit my job there.
I really am sorry. They could probably tell that I was desperate. So they probably told me out of pity.
Okay, so what do you want?
Well, have you been okay all this time? My brother died and then you guys all just disappeared, like, right away. That's why I was so worried about what happened to you all.
Of course we're not okay. I had to raise Carmen all by myself.
Right, of course. I'm sorry I haven't been able to do anything to help. But why did you guys just up and leave so quickly? We couldn't even reach you by phone. And Carmen just suddenly stopped showing up to school too.
My husband was in an accident and passed away. We just wanted to get out of that town as fast as possible. And if we met up with you guys, we would just be reminded of my husband. I wanted to rely on you, but I didn't have the courage for that. Because if my husband passed away, then I'm technically a complete stranger to his family.
We don't think you're a stranger at all. And we would have done our best to help out as much as we could.
Well, that wasn't something I could consider back then. Looking back on it, maybe I should have relied more on you. Carmen also suffered from this too.
If there is anything that we can do to help out, please let me know now. That we've been able to finally get in touch again.
Even after everything, you'd still be willing to help us out?
Yes, of course. My parents and I have all been wanting to get in touch with you and Carmen this whole time.
Great. So do you think you could lend us some money for a little while? We're trying to rebuild our livelihoods. And I'm currently trying to find a job. But I haven't been able to really find anything. We're running out of the money my husband left us. And really only have enough for Carmen's future college tuition left. I thought I would get a job at night to try to earn some money for us to live on. But it just wasn't really working for me.
Is that why you were working at the bar?
Yeah, but then I would have to leave Carmen home alone while I was at work. And I would be so worried about her being by herself for so long that I wouldn't be able to concentrate for my entire shift. She's in the 6th grade and technically she can stay home by herself. I mean, at the end of the day, she's still just a child.
Yeah, I completely understand. I'll talk to my parents about it and see what they say. And please let us help you out while you're busy job hunting.
Wait, really? Are you sure you guys are willing to do that for me?
Yeah, of course. You've been doing all of this yourself for so long. So at least let us help you out with that.
Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. And this isn't something we're trying to use as a bargaining chip. But once things start to settle down a little more, Do you think you'd be willing to meet up with us? We all would really love to get a chance to see you and Carmen.
Oh, for sure. That's a given. As soon as I'm able to find a job, I'll definitely be sure to reach out so we can plan something.
Thank you so much. That's so great to hear. I'm sure my parents will be super happy too. So just let me know how much money you guys need. And send over all your information whenever you get the chance. I'll try to get the money to you as soon as possible.
Hey, Anita. Regarding the upcoming payment, could you possibly add an extra $300 to it? Carmen mentioned she really wants that new game console.
Hey, Autumn. I hate to bring this up, and I think I know the answer. How's your job search going?
Oh, it's not going well at all. Maybe it's because I have a child. But I keep getting fired from every job.
That's unfortunate. If you're open to it, I could introduce you to a friend who might be able to assist you with your job search. They specialize in helping people find employment and could provide advice and support.
You really don't have to do that. I'd feel bad if they went out of their way.
If you can't secure a job, it'll be challenging to move forward. It's been 4 months since we started talking, and you haven't found a decent job yet.
Are you suggesting you might stop sending us money?
No, that's not what I meant. It's just taking longer than expected. I understand you have specific preferences, but it might be time to settle and just try to find some kind of job to support you and Carmen.
I can't believe you'd say that. I am looking for jobs, but it's not my fault they keep letting me go.
Well, it's just that. In the meantime, could we still meet up with you and Carmen? My parents want to see you guys soon.
I'd rather not meet until I have some job security. I'd feel too ashamed until that happens. Isn't that what we agreed on in the first place?
I understand, but my parents are getting older. Can we at least meet Carmen in the meantime?
I see, they're eager to meet their grandchild.
No, it's not just that. They're excited to see you too.
Please, you're just saying that. I don't need your pity. Oh, I get it. You guys must be trying to take Carmen away from me.
What are you talking about? We would never do that.
She is the only reminder you have left of Ricky. If I let you all see her, you'll take her from me. Lavish her with gifts and try to raise her as your own.
No. We would never even think of doing that. But if it's possible, we really would like to see you both soon. I mean, we did finally find you guys after looking for you all this time.
I really don't think I can trust you anymore.
What?
In fact, I don't think it's a good idea to meet with you anymore.
Please don't say anything like that.
I think I need some proof that you're actually being sincere. If you actually continue the payments, then I'll believe that you are actually thinking about my well-being too, not just Carmen's. Isn't that the quickest way for all of us to get what we want? You guys will finally get to see us. And I can continue to focus all my energy on my job search.
Fine. I get it, okay? I'll make sure to add the extra $300 to this month's payment.
Thank you so much. I knew I could rely on my husband's family. I'll be sure to double my efforts. And try to find that job soon so that you all can see Carmen sooner.
Right, of course. Thank you.
But if anything like this ever comes up again, unfortunately, I'll have to pretend we never had this conversation. And I won't be able to keep our deal. So make sure you watch what you say from now on.
Yes, I understand. I'm sorry.
No, it's totally fine. As long as we're all on the same page. Glad that that's all cleared up. I'll be sure to get in touch if there's any progress in my job search. I'll be waiting for that payment.
Sorry to bother you, but is this Anita?
Yes, it is. I'm sorry. May I ask who this is?
Auntie, this is Carmen. Do you remember me? Do you think it'd be okay if I went over to your place right now?
Wait, this is Carmen.
Yes.
What? But it's literally 1 o'clock in the morning right now. I'm sorry, are you sure this is actually Carmen? The name associated with this contact number says this is Cheryl?
Well, actually, I'm using my friend's phone to text you. Because I don't have one. I just really needed to be able to get in contact with you. It was really important. So my friend Cheryl said that I could borrow her phone to send you a message.
Really? Carmen, aren't you in the 6th grade right now?
Yeah, that's right.
Wow. You've really grown up so much, haven't you? I'm so sorry that I wasn't able to be there for you over those 5 years. I wish I could have been. I am so sorry. I hope that I get to see you really soon. We all miss you so much.
I really want to see you guys too. And it's not your guys' fault that I haven't been able to see you at all, I promise.
We made a deal with your mother that we would get to see you both as soon as your mom is able to find a job. So we're all hoping that happens soon. And we'll finally be able to see you after all this time. It shouldn't be too long now.
But if that's the case, I'll never be able to see you guys. That's why I had to borrow my friend's phone to get in touch with you.
Carmen, what are you talking about?
Aunt Anita, you've been sending my mom money over the last few months, right?
Yes, why? You knew about that?
Yeah. Mom was really excited. She kept saying how she finally got her hands on an easy payday.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I hate to have to be the one to tell you about it. But you guys are being scammed by my mom. She was never looking for a job. She was just pretending to this whole time. She was just going to keep taking your money. And never had any intentions of ever meeting up with you.
I can't believe this. I have to admit that I was starting to get that feeling. She really had no intentions of finding a job.
Yeah. I'm letting you know. Because I don't think it's a good idea for you to keep giving her any money.
Hold on, Carmen. By any chance is your mom doing something to you? Are you safe? You mentioned that you wanted to come over here earlier.
My mom doesn't hit me, or physically abuse me. Or anything like that, if that's what you mean. In fact, she doesn't do anything. Like at all.
Nothing at all? Can you explain what you mean?
She says that if I'm there, then she keeps getting more money from the state. I'm basically just another paycheck to her. She told me that that's the only reason she hasn't gotten rid of me yet. But she doesn't ever really feed me much. But don't worry. There's school lunches and my friends give me snacks all the time. So I don't go hungry or anything.
Are you serious? Is that really how you've been living all this time?
Yeah, but I have this friend named Cheryl. She's the girl who let me borrow her phone actually. She's really been there for me and helped me out so much.
Oh, wow. That's a lot to take in.
Yeah, but Cheryl's really smart. She knows a lot of things that I don't, which is really cool. But recently it's been really hard for me, more than usual. And I don't think I can keep living with my mom when she treats me like this. So when I found out that you were in contact with mom, and everything that you were doing for us, I really wanted to meet you.
Wait, Carmen, if you're able to get in contact with me right now, does that mean that your mom's not home with you right now? Are you there by yourself?
Yeah, she's spending the night at her boyfriend's house. So she left me home alone again.
How dare she? I'll come and get you right now.
Really? You mean that? I can really come and stay with you instead?
Of course you can. Carmen, I'm so proud of you for being so strong through all of this on your own. But I'm here for you now, okay? Don't worry. From now on, we will all be here to protect you from everything.
Hey, Anita. Sorry, I missed your call. Did you want something? Are you calling to let me know that the money you were supposed to send me went through? Because that could have just been a text, you know.
Autumn? I've had enough. I'm not going to let you get away with whatever you want anymore.
What? What the hell are you talking about now?
I have Carmen with me, and I'm not going to let you hurt her anymore.
Excuse me? You have Carmen? Why do you have her? How the hell did you even get in contact with her in the first place?
Who cares how I got in contact with her? The problem here is your treatment of Carmen and what you've been doing to her. I can't believe you would do that. You disgust me. For 5 whole years after my brother died, you have barely cooked for Carmen at all.
I don't like your accusation. I'm just a terrible cook, that's not my fault. So I've just been feeding her those microwave meals instead.
That's not what I'm talking about, and you know it. Carmen has told us that you don't even bother to keep the fridge stocked. So she has something to eat at home. And she told us that it got so bad that some days she wouldn't even have one single meal at home. How dare you? The poor child even has had to eat moldy bread just so she wouldn't go hungry. My jaw dropped when I saw her. She's so skinny she looks like a walking skeleton.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I have always loved and taken care of her just like a good mother should. That's why Carmen is still alive after all this time, right?
Being alive is setting the bar as low as it can get. When talking about how you're treating her. If that were even a little bit true, Carmen wouldn't have had to reach out to us for help. Not to mention when I went to go pick her up, I saw the apartment you guys are living in. It looks like a city dump. There was trash everywhere, and there was no evidence that it had been cleaned. Or even that you had been home in a while. You basically have just been living at your boyfriend's house this whole time. And just leaving Carmen at that dump alone, haven't you?
Excuse you, I'm no longer married. I deserve to be able to go and see my boyfriend every once in a while, don't I?
I can't believe you lied to us when you told us that you don't want to leave Carmen home alone at night. In fact, Pretty much everything that you've been telling us from the start has all just been one big lie, huh? I mean, we all know you were never actually looking for a job. You've been scamming us this whole time. Not only have you scammed all of us, but you betrayed the memory of Ricky.
What are you talking about? Ricky literally has nothing to do with this. Besides, you all have just sat back and done nothing for the last 5 years. So you have no right to question the way that I have built our lives and how I run my own household.
Oh, please. Carmen has told us all about why the two of you moved away in the first place. Once you inherited the money from Ricky, you ran away with your lover to live off of his money. And you've been seeing that man behind your husband's back for years while you were still married.
You're making up stories. You have no evidence that any of that is true. I can't believe you would believe Carmen. She's a child who has no idea what she's talking about.
We'd believe her over you any day. We might not have any evidence of you cheating on your husband, but we still know about the way you've been treating Carmen all this time. Plus, we have all the proof of everything that you've said and done to us documented.
What proof?
Didn't you say that we've been a great money payday for you? And didn't you threaten Carmen to not mention anything about her family out in public? If you don't remember, it's okay. We have video evidence of all of it.
What? I don't believe you. Why do you have that? How did you even get a copy of it? You're lying to me.
Carmen borrowed a phone from a friend of hers. And she made sure to get a video of you doing everything I mentioned as proof.
Are you kidding me? What is that child doing? Hold on. I'm going over there right now. You better give me my child back. I have full custody of Carmen. I'm her parent. And if you even try to stop me, I'll call the police and have you arrested and charged for kidnapping.
You have got to be kidding me. Are you delusional? If you call the police over this, I can promise you that the only person who is going to be arrested is you. You're the one who hasn't been taking care of Carmen. I'm sure they call that neglect. Besides, Carmen isn't at my house right now anyway.
What? But didn't you tell me that you were watching over her earlier?
Actually, she's with Child Protective Services and they're watching over her right now.
No, she's not. You're lying.
I'm afraid I'm telling the truth. Carmen has already told them everything. And that she doesn't want to keep living with you anymore. So Child Protective Services is helping us file all of the necessary paperwork to make sure Carmen is safe and can come and stay with us.
Wait a second. That's not fair. I can't believe that you would go behind my back like that and take her to Child Protective Services. Are you stupid? Are you even aware of how hard it is to get your child back from them once you've filed a report?
Well, this is what Carmen wanted.
Come on, Anita. You have to know how much Carmen means to me. You can't just take her away. She's my child, not yours. I'm the one who sacrificed everything to take care of her all of these years. If I didn't want her, why would I go through all that trouble? It's just that after Ricky died, it was just so hard on me and I didn't have anyone that I could lean on. That's the only reason I started dating again. I thought that if I had a boyfriend, I'd feel a little less lonely. Have some sympathy. You have to understand this from my side.
We were all absolutely devastated when Ricky died. And we will never be able to understand the kind of pain you went through as a wife who lost her husband. I'm sure it was extremely hard on you. But that has nothing to do with the situation at hand with Carmen. So it makes no sense why the loss of your husband has anything to do with your lack of ability in taking care of your own child.
I had to do everything on my own. For all this time, I did everything without anyone else's help.
No, the one who had to do everything on her own was Carmen. Not you. The money you got from my brother's insurance policy was more than enough to be able to support both you and Carmen. I mean, with how much money there was, you'd be able to live comfortably without working a single day until Carmen was in college. You are the one who took that money and wasted it all away. If it wasn't for your spending habits, you and Carmen wouldn't have to live such a hard life. It's your own fault this happened. You said that there was only enough money left over to pay for Carmen's tuition for her school. But I'm sure that was a lie too, wasn't it?
Look, the cost of living for two women is a lot higher than you think. There's a lot of things that you probably didn't even think about that cost money.
You've barely used any of that money on Carmen though. Plus, you had so much money from that life insurance policy. And yet you've somehow gotten into debt too.
Please listen to me, Anita. Carmen is the only reminder that I have left of my husband. You can't take her away from me. I'm begging you. I might not have always been there for her in the way that I should have been.
Didn't you keep her with you so that you could continue to benefit from her? So that the state would keep giving you money?
No, you're wrong.
If that's really true, then let's hash this out right now. And decide which one of us would be the best place for Carmen. The best to care for her well-being. If you really and truly care about her, then you'll keep fighting. And stay in touch with her even if it ends up taking a long time, right?
Anita, I am so sorry. Once I find a job, I'll make sure to pay back every single penny that you ever gave me. Just please don't take Carmen from me. And I'll make sure that from now on you'll get to keep seeing her regularly. Whenever you want.
You can say whatever you want now. But at the end of the day, Carmen came to us for help because she didn't feel safe with you. I could never believe someone who put her in harm's way like that. Isn't that what you said? That if I want you to believe anything that I'm saying, you need to see that I'm being sincere in what I'm saying. Well, now it's time to see some of that sincerity from you. Following our conversation, we discussed Carmen's treatment by her mom with Child Protective Services. Their decision was that Carmen would continue to live with me, ensuring her safety and happiness. Considering what they heard from other friends about how Carmen was being treated, or how she had been living at home, they couldn't, in good conscience, send Carmen back to her mom. Their decision seemed obvious given the situation. But the fact that Carmen's wishes were being respected, and she no longer had to live the way she was, I couldn't help but be relieved by that outcome. The last I heard, Autumn had moved in with her boyfriend. But she was in so much debt that she was having a hard time catching up on the repayment. Her boyfriend didn't want to deal with all of that, so he broke up with her. I have no idea where Autumn is now, but I'm sure she's still struggling to pay off all of that debt. What goes around comes around, so I honestly have absolutely no sympathy for that woman. But as Carmen's mother, I wish she would clean up her act so that one day Carmen doesn't become embarrassed knowing what kind of person her mother turned out to be. And if it is at all possible, I hope Carmen never has to be forced to see that woman again. Speaking of Carmen, she was all skin and bones when she first came to live with me. But she's really starting to put on some weight and looking much healthier than before. When she came to live with me, we had to have her switched to a different school. We made sure to get her a phone, so she could still talk to her best friend Cheryl all the time as soon as she gets home from school. After not being able to see Carmen for 5 years, we had basically given up that we would ever get to see her again. So the fact that she not only remembered us, but now we get to live together makes us all so happy. Carmen was such a strong girl, having to fend for herself all of those years when we couldn't be there for her. But from now on, we will always be here to not only take care of her but support her in any way she needs. We will never let her go and make sure that she never feels alone ever again. If my brother is watching us from heaven, I think that he can finally be at peace knowing that Carmen is safe. And in his place, we will all make sure to be here to let Carmen know how much he loved her, and how much she is loved by everyone around her.